Welcome to the largest of three part 2 video. In this video we will see how HTML forms interact with PHP pages, and we'll look at the HTTP GET and the AutoGlobal PHP GET as well. Here I just have a basic HTML page. You can take a look at the source here. Everything happens within this form. The method attribute is set to get. You can also set this to post, but when you set it to get, you are creating what's called a query string, and I'll show you that in a second, that is sent to wherever you have the action set to. So here the action is set to largestprocess.php. That means when I click on this submit button right here, this page is going to be called largestprocess.php, so this page has to be in the same directory as my HTML page, and it's going to be called with a query string. See my inputs here. These are my text inputs. The first input is named num1, the second input is named num2, third input is named num3. That correlates to these text boxes here. So this text box, whatever value I have in here, it will get a name value pair, the name of which will be num1. This will be num2, and this will be num3. Again, take a look at the source for that. The form has it all. So name is num1. So my first name value pair is going to be num1 equals some value. My second name value pair is going to be num2 equals some value. Third name value pair is going to be num3. So we can see how this works. If I type in 1 1, 2 2, and 3 3, and then submit, it obviously doesn't process the PHP because it's not on the server. But look here at the URI. Notice here that my page was called largestprocess.php, and this is the query string. So it has question mark num1 equals 11, and num2 equals 22, and num3 equals 33. So the get is not very secure. You can actually call this page by entering this query string yourself in the address bar here. It's not very secure, and it's limited. It's platform specific. Either it's limited to 256 or 512 characters. A much more secure and more versatile method would be the post method. To see this in action, you need to have set up a PHP page, of course, called largestprocess.php. So let's see what this looks like on my server. By the way, I'll have approved solutions for each of the assignments. I'll try to have an instructional video before I post the approved solutions, but as we work along, you should be able to find, just go to my website, dmohle11, just like yours, .citfcc.com. This is a CW assignment, so open that up. This was largest of three hard-coded that we looked at last time. I will always display my PHP code here as well, so you can copy and paste that if you need to get started. So the largest of three using a form. This is my HTML form that we just saw. 1 1. Let's do something else here. 55 and 3 3. Now, when I submit the integers, I'm going to call largestprocess.php, and you'll notice the query string here. Num1 has a value of 11, num2 has a value of 55, num3 has a value of 55. I use these AutoGlobal gets here to assign whatever the value that num1 had to this variable named num1, creatively enough, and num2 and num3. I could have called these variables anything. My logic here was the same as the hard-coded largest, and then I simply output the largest. Alright, there's my output. This is actually just a display of my PHP code. And this will, at this time, conclude largest of three, about 5-minute video, largest of three, part 2.